have you ever paused to truly wonder about the very beginning? I mean, not just how it happened, but what did it actually, feel like? What was its essence?
Those are the big questions, aren't they?
Yeah.
Questions people have asked for, well, forever.
Exactly. And today we're taking a deep dive into one of the most ancient, uh, really foundational narratives trying to answer just that, the creation account from Genesis chapter 1.
A cornerstone text for so many.
Absolutely. And for this journey, just to be clear, we're focusing entirely on the text provided. Genesis 1, verses 1 through 31, nothing else.
Right. Sticking strictly to this specific account.
Our mission isn't just to retell it, but to really navigate this text, pull out the key elements, maybe unearth some surprising insights, and look at the sequence, the imagery, its significance.
Yeah, trying to get a clear, comprehensive feel for this story as it's presented.
Okay, so let's dig in. The very first words. They set quite a stage. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But it wasn't like, poof, finished world, right? The text gives a very specific starting point.
It really does. And what's fascinating is that immediate description after the heavens and the earth. It says the earth was without form and void.
Formless and void. What does that actually paint a picture of?
Well, it's this image of, primal chaos. Think unorganized matter, maybe a vast, dark, watery emptiness. It's raw potential, really, undifferentiated.
Okay, so dark, watery, chaotic.
But crucially, even in that state, the text adds something vital. And darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters.
Hovering, so not absent.
Exactly. It suggests an active presence, an intention, maybe a divine readiness, even before things properly take shape. Like chaos itself was somehow held within a divine purpose, pregnant with potential order.
Okay, so not just nothingness, but this formless potential with the divine presence already there. And from that deep, dark, watery expanse comes the first command. Day 1. Genesis 1.3 to 5.
Yeah, the big one. Let there be light.
And just like that, there was light. It just appears. What's so striking about that, especially when we think about where light usually comes from?
Well, that's it, isn't it? This light appears before the sun, moon, or stars. They don't show up until day 4.
Right.
So this isn't just physical light as we know it. It seems to represent a foundational act of order emerging directly from the darkness by divine command alone. It's God establishing authority over light itself.
And God calls it good.
Yes, sees the light, that it was good, an affirmation of its value,
Yeah.
and then separates it from the darkness, naming them day and night. That establishes the absolute fundamental rhythm of existence right there.
The first beat of time, essential.
You could say that, a primal division.
Okay, so we have this foundational rhythm, light and dark separated. Then, day 2, Genesis 1.6 to 8, we get something maybe a bit unfamiliar, a firmament. God creates a firmament in the midst of the waters. What exactly is this firmament?
Right, firmament isn't a word we use much now. If you think about ancient ways of seeing the cosmos, it's often pictured as a kind of dome or solid expanse overhead.
Like a barrier?
Kind of, yeah. The text says God made it to divide the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. So it's separating that initial watery chaos.
Ah, so it creates the sky, our atmosphere.
Exactly. It defines the heavens as a distinct space, holding back the waters above, which often symbolized chaos or the unknown in that kind of worldview. It's about creating structure, boundaries, a protected space below.
Containing the chaos, creating a space for what comes next, I suppose.
Precisely. Imposing order.
So with this sky or heavens established, day 3, Genesis 1.9:13, the focus shifts down to the earth itself. The command goes out, gather the waters, let dry land appear. What's happening here?
This is another huge step in differentiation. You had light, dark, then waters above, waters below. Now it's waterland. The waters are gathered into seas, revealing the dry land, which God calls earth.
Creating distinct geographical zones, a stable platform.
Exactly, the foundation for terrestrial life. But day 3 isn't done yet.
Oh.
No, immediately after the land appears, the earth is commanded to sprout vegetation. Grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself.
According to its kind, whose seed is in itself. That sounds important.
It's profoundly important, biologically speaking, even within the text's logic. It establishes self-perpetuation, reproduction, continuity.
So things can keep going on their own.
That seems to be the implication. Life is designed with this built-in capacity to renew itself, generation after generation. is not needing constant new creation for every single plant.
A self-sustaining design. That's quite something. Okay, so we've got land, we've got plants with seeds. Then day 4, Genesis 1:1419. Now we get the lights we usually think of, right? Sun, moon, stars.
Yes, now they appear. God says, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night."
To divide the day from the night. Hang on, wasn't that already done on day 1?
Good point. It was. But look at the purpose given for these lights on day 4. And let them be for signs and seasons and for days and years.
Ah, okay, so less about creating the light-dark division and more about regulating it, marking time.
Exactly. They're described as the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also. Their primary role here seems to be as cosmic markers. A clock, a calendar.
For signs, seasons, days, years, it brings a predictable order to time.
It solidifies that ordered cosmos, gives it rhythm and predictability. They govern the cycle that day 1 established.
Got it. That makes sense. So moving to day 5, Genesis 1:3-23, a shift towards living creatures now.
Yes, a huge burst of life.
Yeah.
The command is, let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of the heavens.
So filling the water in the air?
Precisely. The realms paired earlier, and the text mentions great sea creatures, every living thing that moves in the waters, and every winged bird, all according to their kind. It emphasizes diversity.
And there's something else significant here, isn't there? A blessing.
The very first blessing in Genesis, yes. God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth."
Be fruitful and multiply.
It's not just permission. It feels like a divine mandate, a command for life to flourish, expand, fill its designated space. It affirms life's value and purpose to thrive within this ordered world.
Life is intended to flourish. Okay. That brings us to the final day of creation, day 6, Genesis 1:2431. What happens now?
Well, first, the land gets populated with animals. The command is for the earth to bring forth a living creature according to its kind, cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth.
Following the same pattern according to its kind.
Yes, reinforcing that idea of distinct identity, species, filling the terrestrial environment. God makes the beasts, the cattle, everything that creeps.
But day 6, it has more, doesn't it? This is where humanity comes in. And the language, it changes.
It really does. It shifts dramatically. Instead of commanding the earth or waters, God says, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness."
Let us make, that plural is interesting, in our image, our likeness. What does that imply? It really sets humans apart.
It's widely seen as the absolute pinnacle of this creation account.
Cool.
That phrase, image and likeness, suggests something unique. Not necessarily a physical resemblance, commentators often suggest, but maybe reflecting divine qualities.
Like what?
Well, perhaps rationality, moral capacity, creativity, the ability to relate, to order things. Capacities that mirror the Creator's actions in the narrative itself. It gives humanity a special status and inherent value.
And a specific role, too, right? Something about dominion.
Yes, immediately after creating them, male and female, in the divine image, God gives them dominion over the fish, the birds, the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing.
Dominion, that word can sound a bit harsh today.
It can, but in this context, many scholars see it less as exploitation and more as divinely appointed stewardship, a responsibility to care for, manage, and maybe even enhance creation, reflecting God's own ordering work.
So like caretakers, co-stewards.
That's a good way to think about it, yeah. Especially given the explicit mention of creating them male and female, highlighting relationship, perhaps community, as part of that image and role.
And they get a blessing, too, similar to the animals, but more.
Similar, but expanded. Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth. That echoes day 5. But then it adds, and subdue it.
Subdue it, what does that add?
It suggests a more active engagement than just passively existing or multiplying, maybe developing the potential of the earth, cultivating it, managing it. Again, participating in that ordering principle we've seen throughout.
Active stewardship. And to support all this life, humans and animals, what about food? Does the text mention that?
It does, very explicitly, and it's quite striking. God says to humans, "I have given you every herb that yields seed, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be for food."
Okay, plants, fruits, seeds.
And then, for all the other creatures, every beast of the earth, every bird of the air, everything that creeps, God gives every green herb for food.
Wait, so everyone's vegetarian?
In this initial picture, yes. It depicts a state of, well, universal peace. No predation, no violence mentioned, just abundant plant-based provision for every living thing. A harmonious system.
Wow. That's quite an image of the original state. So 6 days, incredible process, form, order, life. How does it all wrap up? What's the final assessment?
After everything is made, culminating in humanity, the text gives this overarching verdict. Then God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good.
Not just good like the earlier stages, but very good.
Exactly. Emphatic. It signifies completion, wholeness, perfection in the sense of fulfilling its intended purpose. Divine satisfaction with the entire integrated system, everything working together harmoniously.
The whole cosmos declared very good. And that's the end of day 6.
That's the end of day 6, and the evening and the morning were the 6th day. The active creation phase is complete.
What an incredible journey through just one chapter. I mean, going from that formless void, that darkness, to this incredibly structured, ordered, teeming world.
It's a powerful narrative structure. Light from darkness, sky from water, land from sea, plants, stars, animals, humans, step by step.
Each stage building on the last, all declared good, and the whole thing very good. It really paints a picture of intentionality, doesn't it? Purpose, not just random chance.
Within the framework of this text, absolutely.
Mm.
It presents a cosmos born from deliberate divine action, with an inherent order and value.
So, thinking about this ancient story today, what does it offer us, listening now?
Well, putting aside debates about science or history for a moment, just looking at the text itself, it offers a profound perspective on order versus chaos, on purpose, on the interconnectedness of everything.
Everything having its place and function.
Right. And humanity having this unique role, the stewardship within that interconnected web. It's a foundational story that shapes a particular understanding of the world and our place in it.
A world seen as inherently good, purposeful, and ordered from its very inception.
According to this narrative, yes.
Which leads to maybe a final thought for everyone listening to ponder. If this foundational text describes the very beginning as very good, defined by purpose and intricate order, what might that imply about how we view the inherent value and structure of the world now?
And, perhaps even more personally, what might it suggest about our own role, our responsibility within that structure? If we take that idea of stewardship seriously, what does that look like today?
Definitely something to think about long after this deep dive ends.